All right, we are live. Go.
Jumping the gun.
I like to change it up a little bit.
Throw me off too.
Yeah.
Up for a wild trip? Come take a ride with me, the Ghost Biker, and my guys, Dave and Chris, and escape from everyday life. This is the Furlough Podcast.
Don't be scared.
Don't be scared. All right, welcome back, everybody. We have fantastic news. Fantastic news. If you have not been paying attention to social media, Miranda is coming back. Not only is she coming back, but we worked it out for a Friday the 13th show.
Yeah.
That's fucking awesome.
That is awesome.
Now, are we releasing that podcast on the Friday the 13th?
Yes, I'm going to do everything I can do to get it out as quick as I can that evening.
Okay, so we're recording and releasing on Friday the 13th.
Yes.
September Friday the
Friday the 13th.
Yeah.
And if we're ballsy enough, we may do that show live on YouTube.
I've got the balls on this side of the table. Okay. Let's do it.
That is, I'm thinking that might be.
So the whole point of her coming back, she is currently in progress of doing a podcast tour to promote the release of her second season.
Correct.
So she's coming back as a promotion for that.
Well, I would almost call it more of a media tour because I think she's on some standard
radio.
terrestrial radio as well.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
Okay.
so we'll call it a media tour. But she told us that she was going to let us do a couple of special things that evening, and I don't know if I want to release that yet. Maybe we'll release it.
No,
next week.
but what we can say is that she's coming to Club South on
The next
Saturday
day.
the 14th from 1 to 4 p.m.
So for everybody that's listening, we're going to do kind of a bike event. We're going to, trying to generate it around that. We've got a few sponsors that are going to show up. She's going to do a meet and greet. So from 1 to 4, as Amber said, we're going to have Club South ready, set her up as a meet and greet. Our sponsor, John Makovica with All American Ford, Chrysler, Dodge, and Jeep will be there. And he's, I think he's bringing down a car. He said a hot car. I don't know what he's planning. So maybe not a stolen.
Might be a couple more little secrets there in the mix.
Yeah, and he's looking at doing a couple of things to sweeten the pot, if you will.
I like it.
We have a great guy, Luke, who owns
Luke of Gentown Cycles here in Alabama.
Gentown.
He's going to be one of our sponsors. And I'm very proud. I pulled my big girl panties up and marched myself into Ghost Train. Talked to Grayson today. They are officially on board. They will be there to help sponsor us as well.
Awesome.
So I'm super excited about that. Yeah.
Give it up, baby.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
I'm
My
very
favorite
proud.
beer in the world.
Yeah,
so.
that's what I was saying. I knew you would love that.
Dave and I are currently enjoying their, is it Pauhana?
Yep, Pauhana beer. Yep.
It's Tropical L with mango, passion fruit, and tangerine, and it is delicious.
So will they be doing
yes.
a tap takeover or what?
We talked about a couple of different options. It's still in the works, but he did say it's on the calendar. They're going to be there.
Awesome. Excellent. Excellent. And I'm sure they'll bring swag and different things.
Yes.
That is
that
a 2
was
for
mentioned.
1 for you, though, right?
Yeah.
You get to hang with us and see some of your favorite beers.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I can't wait. That's going to be a lot of fun. I'm really looking forward. That's going to be a fun day.
Yeah, and I have reached out I'm not going to go out and say, or make promises of anything that's uncertain, but I've reached out to a couple other groups and organizations, and I'm working really hard to, if nothing else, obviously I'm very proud of what we've got now, Gentown Cycles, the Ghost Biker, Ghost Train Brewing.
All American.
All American Ford. Very proud to have all those guys there. But I am working hard to bring in a female biker presence.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, well, it worked out good. So
that would be awesome.
And for everybody that doesn't, this is going to be, in my opinion, an epic event. This is going to be a block party.
Yeah.
It's going to be geared around a bike night or bike afternoon type event, because we're tying that together between the Ghost Biker and the local biking community. But if you got a cool car, if you got a Jeep, if you got a truck,
It doesn't matter if you
doesn't-
drive a clunker,
Yeah.
a hoopty.
Yeah, anything that you want, just
Roll
come
your
down.
hoopty right on up,
That's
baby.
right.
Yeah, it'll be fun. And like I said, I've been talking with some other groups myself. So, I mean, it's going to be a big event,
Huge.
So I think, and I'm very glad and excited that Miranda's decided to come back, and we're really going to have a big blowout for
Absolutely.
her this time.
Yeah, I'm really excited.
And one last thing, for people who don't know, we just go ahead and get this out there. Everybody needs to remember that Birmingham, the bars are non-smoking. We have a smoking section, so this is a no smoking in the bar. A lot of people don't remember that, so we just have to put that out there. So there will be a smoking area, but it just won't be
It'll be
in the bar.
outdoors.
It'll be outdoors.
Yeah.
And what about a food truck? Have we?
I'm working on that as well. I'm not going to release any information. Nothing. I'm not releasing anything that's not.
Firmed up yet.
Firmed
Yeah.
Understood.
But-
because I show up thirsty and hungry.
That's
So
right.
I want to make sure.
Well, we got the
I'm
thirsty
working,
part handled, right?
working on some badass street taco.
Awesome.
Ooh,
Sounds
you
out.
can't, man,
Yeah.
that's going to be nice.
All right.
So everybody, pay attention. Put it on your calendar. We're giving you
Saturday, September 14th, 1 to 4
13th.
p.m.
14th. That's
13th.
We're recording on the 13th,
Right.
but the bar event is on Saturday the 14th.
And Miranda actually hit me up about doing a show Saturday while we're there. And I told her I don't know if we've grown that far yet, but we're going to discuss it.
That got brought up today.
We are actually she and I'm bringing this up. Her camera guy / director / producer / editor is coming with her.
Good.
Awesome.
He is coming.
Great.
Yeah. Because I want to meet
somebody.
that.
I was at the bar and somebody asked me, had made the comment about doing a podcast at the bar, and I was like, no, it's too loud. There's too much noise, and and it was followed up with, well,
It will.
how are people going to be able to ask her question?
Yeah. The we will be videoing with our camera gear. I think her guy's going to be videoing as well for that event.
Okay.
So whether we're going live, there will be a recording of that event also.
Okay.
We just
Cool.
don't know into what detail.
Yeah, cool. I think on the surface, I think it would be a good idea, and we're going to discuss it further. But to do a live podcast in that way, because we had a lot of questions. I know we came into this very skeptical with her the first time she came in.
Right.
And we hammered her with questions,
Yeah.
and we really kind of ran her through the ringer a little bit. And she handled it well.
Like a pro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think it would be good because, just the general public has questions like we did.
Oh, for sure.
So I think that would be a golden opportunity for people to hit her up.
Oh, yeah.
My concern would just be the background noise.
Sure.
Because you
Right.
can't, you're in a bar, people are drinking, you can't tell everybody, shut the fuck up.
Well-
because they're not going to listen to
Right.
you.
And there might be situations where we can put it more towards the pool room and back towards that other way or whatever, where there's lots of details to work out. But if nothing else, the event will be videoed. And if we have to put it at a later date, whatever. But so everybody wear your best makeup, your best ball cap, whatever you into, and best shirt, because you will probably get caught on camera.
Yep.
So, but exciting. That's exciting news. I know we wanted to get that out of the way. I could sit and talk about that for an hour, but I know we got some other things going on. Amber's got some things that she wants to discuss.
Some rebuttals,
Oh,
like I do.
Come on.
Come on, let me get comfy.
I feel like Chris and I are about to get in trouble, but go ahead.
No. There's no troubles. I mean, I say rebuttal. I guess more of it is since the last two podcasts aired, there's been some things that kind of hit close to home. And so I kind of wanted to revisit. And,
The look on Dave's face.
Because I don't know where she's going. I'm completely blind.
Dave's like, I feel like I'm getting called in the principal's office.
Yeah.
no, I mean, okay, since we got nervous Dave over here, I'll hit you up first.
I've been getting my ass kicked all week, so keep it coming. Hell,
No, this will be a gentle ball caressing, comparatively speaking.
Excellent.
So,
Everybody likes that.
no, you had the last show that you did. You guys were talking about the kids in the cars and how carefree they were, and you made the comment that people get jaded with age.
True.
Just life experience tends to make people bitter.
I don't know if I said bitter, but they do become jaded.
Well,
over
okay,
things.
maybe I'm paraphrasing,
Yes.
but So, for years, it has been one of the very small pleasures of my dad's life to run off vagrants from the bar. And I never understood that because...
That's pleasurable? That he gets pleasure out of that?
If you want to talk about a jaded motherfucker, I mean, yes.
Just
But
a
he just
strange
loves
thing to
it.
get
Like,
pleasure
he just, like, holds all of his aggression in, and then some innocent homeless person comes in, they're like, oh, I'm dying of thirst, can I have some water? And he'll fucking chase him out the door with a baseball bat because
Jesus.
he's jaded.
Okay.
So...
Waterless, even.
Yeah. So, especially, you know, with it being warmer, we've had a few homeless people come in, and it really just depends on the bartender, the kind of treatment that they get. And I fully support the bartenders, if nothing else, giving them a glass of ice water. I mean, it's fucking 102 degrees outside. Why wouldn't you at least give them that much respect as a human being? Give them a fucking cup of water.
Yeah, agreed.
So, a couple Sundays ago, I was working, and this very large woman walks in, and I know my dad's policy. I know where he stands on it, but I'm just not that much of an asshole yet.
Good.
And
Dave's like, good.
so she came in, and she asked to use the bathroom, and she had a plastic bag with her, and she asked to use the bathroom, and because I know how, you know, my dad, the owner, is, part of me wanted to tell her no, and I was struggling, yes or no, back and forth, and she could see that I was about to tell her no, and so she very kindly, you know, stressed, please, can I use the bathroom? And I thought, well, you know, she's standing there with a bag. She's a lady. She's obviously homeless, but maybe she has, you know, feminine hygiene product. You know, it's that time. Yeah. So I was like, all right, you know, it's back there. So I point her to the bathroom, and she comes back. She asks, you know, if she can talk to me. I'm like, yeah. So I stepped to the side. I let her talk to me. She's like, can I stay in here out of the heat for a little bit? And again, in the back of my head, I've just got this, my dad nagging me, you know. And she's like, please, can I just stay just until my ride arrives? And I'm like, I mean, I know that you're not waiting on a ride, but, you know, whatever, sure. It's like, you know, do you want a glass of water? Yes. Okay, so I fixed a glass of water. Do you want a straw? Yes. And as I'm turning around to hand her the glass of water, she goes, so are you going to fix it or am I? No, that's not what she said. Are you going to get it or am I? I'm like, get what? Who's getting what? Like, the fuck are we talking about here? And she goes, I asked you for a plate of food. Are you going to get it or am I? I'm like, Jesus Christ, lady. Like, I'm trying to be as nice as I can. And I just told her, I was like, no, you know, because it was on a Sunday and the customers do pay out of their own pocket. They bring that in. That's their little potluck deal that they do. And so I told her, I was like, no, you know, that's the customer's food. You cannot have it. And so I allowed her. She settled in upstairs and whatever. And I ended up letting her stay for about an hour before I told her that she needed to leave. But when I told her she needed to leave, then it was, can I have a cigarette?
It's always something.
Yeah, I mean, like, if you give a fucking mouse a cookie, it's, can I have this? Can I have this? Can I have this? And so, to kind of go back, you know, after she came out of the bathroom and I gave her the water and she went upstairs, I was like, I mean, I know she's homeless. I know it's going to be bad. So I went into the bathroom. Y'all.
She blow it up?
It was the worst the worst smell I have personally ever experienced in my life. I come out of that bath. I ran out of the fucking bathroom. I had to grab the fucking trash can on my way out, and I drug it out to the main bar area. And I mean, like, I was
What was
already.
in the trash can?
I thought I was going to throw up.
Yeah.
So I grabbed the trash can to throw up in.
Oh.
Yeah. But, I mean, I've got tears in my eyes. I'm already trying to, my body's trying to reject because of this god-awful smell. And I'm trying to hold it down because all my regular customers are sitting right here eating. And I don't want to throw up in front of them. And so I'm sitting there and I'm trying to reel it back in. And this guy walks in, and he comes right in the door and walks straight back to me and asks if he can use the bathroom. And I'm like, nope, I've done my good deed for the day. I'm about to throw up. You need to get the fuck out of here.
Good old dad.
It took me all of 30 minutes to become jaded.
Yeah. Well, let me say something about that. First of all, you said she was a bigger woman.
Yeah.
Then that tells me she hasn't been homeless long, okay? Because if you got weight on you, you haven't been out in this heat very long at all, okay?
That's fair.
She might just be a drug addict.
Secondly, you should not expect a pleasant smell because if you're homeless, you're probably eating small birds, cats, sticks, rocks, dirt. I mean, anything you can find, and you put all that into a pot and shake it up. I mean, it's not going to be a good smell. So you should have knew that coming.
I just didn't expect it to be that level.
Oh, yeah. That level.
It was brutal.
Well, some people are just, no matter whether they're homeless or not, are just nasty.
Yes. And I think I've mentioned that on the podcast before, that I've had some fragrant customers. But boy, that girl did, it was
rough.
I ain't ever had nothing that bad.
I just couldn't imagine dropping a deuce at a bar, boy. That's what I'm saying.
But if you're homeless, you find any toilet you can find.
I mean, you can use a park.
Yeah.
You know it. So
I'll
There's a fucking park right across the street.
Yeah.
I'll drop a deuce at a bar. I ain't
Really?
ashamed. If I got to drop one, man, I got to
No.
drop one.
Not me, man.
I'm gonna call bullshit on that.
I've dropped one at your place.
Over there.
Yeah.
You're so finicky.
But
with
see,
your little
that's a
bathroom
but that's a
habits.
one man. If I had to do it, I'd
Yeah,
like to do it.
it's a one
It's a
stall.
one-man stall. Yeah, I can't do it.
Yeah, so that almost don't even count.
What's rough is when you're at work, like your regular job, and they got them,
Yeah.
side by side,
Stalls.
and if you go in and you only got a 2-hitter in there, and it's
Yeah.
all nice and quiet, and
Uh-huh.
you nudged up, and you basically your shoulders against the wall, and their shoulders against the wall. You're
That's
like,
Yeah.
and the both sides are sitting there trying to hold out the noise. They're just sitting there going, "I'm gonna try to ease this out, ease this out." And when they're fixing to drop, so hit the toilet. They'll
Yeah. No, I don't know
courtesy flush.
if I told that story or not. When I was on the plane, I was going from coast to coast, and I will never drop a deuce on a toy on an airplane.
Why not?
No, hell no. So, anyways,
Are you?
Yeah, I want to hear that story.
Yeah.
so for some reason, whenever planes take off, immediately there's always a line to go to the bathroom. It's very bizarre. Everybody suddenly has to piss.
Well, I think it's because everybody's so scared of missing their flight.
They hold it.
They hold it, and then once they gotta get settled
Whatever the reason. So we're about an hour in, and I'm drinking and eating, and I'm getting into, because I've done it 100,000 times.
Yeah.
So I keep waiting for the line to dwindle down, and as soon as there's nobody in line, I get up and I go to the back, and I am 10 feet from the toilet, and a guy jumps up and cock blocks me. He jumps up and gets in there.
I hate that. They see you coming in there like, oh fuck.
Yeah. Oh, Dave wants to go to the bathroom. I got it. So he jumps up, goes in there, and he takes the most wicked shit in there, and I'm like, Jesus. So it's just me. So I go in there, I piss real quick, and when I open the door, there's a line of like 9 people. And I don't give a shit. I told him, I'm going to tell all y'all something. It smelled like that when I went in, so don't think that was me. Go see that dude over in 9C. That's who you need to go see. That fucking dude.
But that's why I get the aisle seat, because if I got to go to the restroom, I don't want to have to go past. I don't have to pardon me, past anybody.
But my thing is, it's 4 or 5 hour flight
Yeah.
generally at the max, and these people that have to go, immediate. It's a weird phenomenon that takes place. That and when the plane lands, how everybody stands up immediately.
Oh yeah.
And I'm
I've
just
discussed that all.
Relax, everybody.
Yeah.
Shit.
They did there was a viral video where Air Canada or something like that, the stewardess was recording from the back, and it was the most organized deplaning ever seen.
Really?
It was crazy. So I don't know why she was videoing. She was probably videoing to watch these fucking idiots try to get out of there, right? Because it's always, like you said, a mess.
Mm-hmm.
Well, she's at the very back of the plane, or whoever it is, guy, girl, whatever, and videoing, and it's like first class or whatever, the very front, they get up and nobody's moving for the rest of the plane, and they're just getting up in sequences.
Wow.
And it is like it looked like a damn choreographed, thing, but it was totally random.
Yeah.
But everybody sat down. It's like everybody was just waiting. Didn't even get up to get their bag above their head. And it was just little pockets.
So like they had a bunch of me's and you's on the plane.
Yeah.
That's what it sounds like.
So all our me's and you's were together. It had been a horrible plane crash, man. The world would have been in bad shape.
Shitty. Yes.
Yeah. Lost a bunch of me and you's. And we talked about you post. What, did you see something crazy?
Yeah, it's jumping.
A little jump.
Yep.
If it don't, we'll redo it.
All right.
But
So what else you got there?
All right, so on the last podcast that was released,
my solo.
yep.
Oh
Chris's
shit!
solo.
I'm getting. Yeah, you can relax and kick back now. That was just me by myself.
Yeah.
Let me get comfy.
Yeah. Chris poked a little fun at me for my driving. Did you listen to that by chance?
I have not had a chance. It's been a rough week.
I will say it wasn't very long, 15, 17 minutes,
like that,
but
yeah.
it was pleasant. Chris, Gavin, and myself went to Autobahn down in Bessemer, Alabama, and they've got like the super fast racing and the little axe throwing.
I'm a savage.
Suck ass at throwing an axe. I also suck ass at racing.
Oh.
Yeah.
Driving.
So
Both.
yeah. No, but Chris, kind of poked fun at me and said that I was cautious and slow and I stayed out of the way. I just want you to know that potentially saved my life today.
Whoa! What happened?
I found myself in a very scary situation. I've always seen the aftermath of an 18-wheeler wreck.
Mm-hmm.
I've never actually seen an 18-wheeler have a wreck until today. And I was right behind the guy.
Wow! Really?
Yep. Scared the shit out of me.
Did he turn it over?
No, I thought he was going to for a second. But he managed to hold it and control it. And so what happened, we were 65 southbound.
Did you flash him?
Nope.
He's like,
No, I was right behind the guy.
uh-huh.
We were 65 southbound, and this car had gotten on right there, or was trying to get on right there from University to get on 65 South. And, we talk about all the time, people don't respect motorcycles. They don't fucking respect 18-wheelers either.
Right.
And I guess people don't think about it, or they don't realize it, or whatever, but 18-wheelers, they're carrying a lot of weight. They can't stop on a fucking dime.
Right.
And this little SUV just cut right over in front of this 18-wheeler, and he clipped her.
Oh, no shit.
And yeah, and I really did. I really thought, because he clipped her and he kind of jackknifed for a minute, and the trailer was, kind of
Bouncing.
skittling sideways down the fucking interstate, and
Skittling.
I don't know but And I'm right behind him, and I'm afraid that everybody behind me is going to hit me, and I'm trying not to run into him. And
You're in your car?
yeah. So my stay out of the way, cautious driving, if nothing else, it saved me from totaling my little car.
That's good. I don't want you to
So-
total your little car.
No, I
or
don't
total
either.
you, for that matter.
No, I don't want to have another car payment.
Yeah,
Hey.
not for a while.
So did you stop?
Well, I mean, I had to, because between him and the other car, it was blocked. But everybody else, did stop behind me. Nobody hit me, luckily. I got out of there clean, and I just went around. So
He didn't get out and kick that girl's ass?
he should have if he didn't. But I need to, I don't know, I guess whoever owns Mountain Dew, I need to call them and let them know that their driver was,
Not at fault.
Oh, it was a Mountain Dew truck?
yeah,
Jesus.
yeah.
Yeah, you should have got the number. You should have stayed
Right.
and said, been there when the cops showed up.
I was at work. I was doing work shit. I was on
on schedule. You probably lost a CDL
But
today.
you're the boss. Hell,
don't say that.
you are.
I don't.
Oh, I'm sure they got cameras in there. I'm sure they. I think, and I may be wrong. My CDL guys can, probably vouch for it. But I think a lot of the 18-wheelers now have dash cams.
I hope so, and I hope that guy does not get reprimanded in any way because, and I mean, again, I've never seen an 18-wheeler wreck, but for my virgin eyes, he did a hell of a job.
Well, then you need to figure it out and find out who you call.
Mhm. Yep,
He will appreciate you.
for sure.
All right, I'll work on it.
Unless his coworkers don't like him and they go, "Yeah, I'm taking that down,"
Yeah.
and then it ends up in the trash.
He did a great job.
There's some shitty coworkers. I'm just saying. There are people out there, unfortunately, that like to sabotage your success.
Absolutely.
Never seen it.
Never seen it.
Okay.
I will say I am very blessed for me. If anybody at my work at my 9 to 5 is or has tried to sabotage me in any way that I don't know about, they have not done a good job because I've not had any backlash to it. So I'm thinking
You kind of got fucked out of one cool trip, though.
I did. I really got fucked out of that deal. But
But it wasn't like,
no, I got fucked out of it.
yeah,
And-
but I mean, I don't
but
think
at
it was
least
like
he-
personal sabotage. It was just somebody wanted it for themselves, right?
No, he wanted me on his job. And he was at least man enough to look me in the face and say, "Oh yeah, I fucked you out of that job because I went to your boss and said I had to have you on this job." And I'm like,
Okay, but I mean, that's not. You got fucked out of a cool trip, but it wasn't sabotage. It was.
"Oh, it was seven. If I
He wanted you. You're so awesome at what you do
I
that
don't know
he
if I would go
wanted
that
you on
far.
his side.
Dave's over there going, Dave, it was
Would you?
Dave. I was going to China.
Oh, that would be cool.
You had
First,
the opportunity.
I had the opportunity, first class, in a sleeping pod, holding 9 yards.
Oh, yeah.
And this guy went to my boss and said,
Don't send him.
Don't send him because he's on my job and I need him to be on there." And I was only going to be gone for a week.
I need him in Tupelo, Mississippi, please.
Damn close. Vicksburg.
Yeah. All right. Same thing.
Damn close.
One and the same.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, I got shafted. But hey, at least he was man. He looked me right in the eyes and told me.
Mhm.
I mean, I have to give him that much credit.
Well,
So
But I mean, that's not sabotage in the sense of saying.
yeah, he didn't try to get me to lose my job. He just fucked me out of some.
not
good
like
shit.
some of the shit I've had to deal with. I'll tell you that. I've done with some real cutthroat bastards out there. So,
And
yeah.
a lot of jobs, not just one. You've had to run the gamut on a few places.
yeah, I try to do a good job, and I think there are people that don't try maybe as hard, and they want to bring you down.
Well, I think people get nervous and scared that you're going to take their position or just make them look bad in general, even if you're on a lateral section, even if you're at the same level, if you're producing the same work, people can get a little jaded and say, fuck, I gotta bring out this person's negatives, instead of picking up myself.
Yeah, that's fine. We'll roll with it. There's already plans in place.
Yeah, I mean,
so we good.
Yeah, but that's work.
Yeah,
We escape from work. What you do is you try to make good friends at work, good friends in life. I had a good friend come over and help me work on my floors, and now we're doing this, and so life is good.
Yeah, that's it. So let me tell you, I was watching a political rally the other day, and just flipping through the channels, and there are things in life that you just can't fuck up. Right? You learn as a baby, whatever
Sure.
it is, that there's some things that even an infant can do. And so I've went through life thinking that there are certain things that are just unfuckable, right? But I was watching this rally, and
Apparently there are.
well, now there's one less thing that,
Is on your list.
yeah, because I thought clapping is such something that you just can't fuck up. But let me tell you, I was skimming through the channels. There's a political rally, and the guy that was speaking, there was a crowd of people behind him, and this fucking guy, let me tell you, he clapped like this. I swear to you, he clapped like this right here. And I thought, who is this communist?
So just holding one hand up and basically
And
half slapping the other hand.
Yeah. And I
Okay.
thought, wow, we're wasting our time trying to figure out the Russian deal. We need to know who let this fucking guy in the rally. Because nobody, that's not clapping. That's you're beating.
It's a simultaneous.
Yeah. And I thought, how do you fuck that up? Clapping. Babies clap. And this guy, it was just the most. But what made it so bizarre is he had his hands all the way over his head, like this is what he was doing, and making a huge scene. And I know people are looking around like, who brought this fucking guy? But
What would have been funny is whoever was speaking point him out and go, "What the fuck's wrong with you?" Somebody check this guy. I think he's having a stroke.
he was clearly a plant from the other side of the aisle.
Is that
you
what
know?
it was?
Jesus Christ, dude. But anyways, it just struck me. It was just so bizarre, that thing.
That
And I know
people-
it's very small, but I just thought, who did you fuck that up, dude? So, but anyways.
Oh, man, I guess there's a lot of things. I always wondered how people fuck up opening a bottle of champagne, but I've seen more people drop or hit themselves in the eye with a cork, or
Yeah.
you see all these videos.
Or they try to open it with a sword.
There was one I watched. This girl was trying to open it up. She dropped it between her feet, and the fucking thing hit her in the face and spewed. I'm thinking, how can you fuck up opening it? Thinking it's just a cork, right?
Yeah.
It just seems like it's simple.
So
Now you're looking
I
at
feel like you're.
nobody's attacking you. Have you fucked up opening champagne?
I mean, maybe. I don't like your comment.
I think somebody took a little personal offense. Do I have a viral video of you doing that?
You have a video of me fucking up a wine cork.
Do I have a video of that?
Oh, baby.
I don't remember.
Boy, I slaughtered that cork.
Well, you were probably fucked up, but I'm just talking about.
I wasn't. It was at the very fucking beginning of the night.
Was I there?
So
Was I there?
Yeah, I don't know. Well,
I think you were.
so she just gave herself away that she is a professional drink seller and can't open a fucking bottle of wine.
Oh, yeah. You were quick to point that shit out, too.
Oh, was it?
Mm-hmm.
Well, maybe I'm just so used to pointing out the negatives that it's a press and release, I just let it go. I don't hold on to shit. That's what I've been trying to tell people.
Yeah.
I like to let things go. I'll say my piece. I'll clap my one side hand and let it ride.
Don't ever do that shit.
And I'll be like, you do you, and I'll do.
No.
I can't say that either.
You can get somebody else to sit here. I'll quit. Start my own podcast.
I'll do my half clap and tell you you do you.
Who says that? You do you. I hate that shit.
Yeah. There are
Millennials.
Yeah, but what's funny is there's lots of little things. And it's funny. There's words or phrases that just really set people off.
Mhm.
And I'll tell you, you know a phrase that I hate, and I've hated it for years. And I first heard it like right around 2000, and it's the first time I heard it. And I think
My friend.
no, well, I've heard that way before. Then if somebody says this is my friend, they're fucking. I'm just saying. Yeah.
Oh.
That is so not true.
Every time he says, "Oh, it's just a friend of my friend," they're fucking. So anyway,
Yeah.
but the phrase.
Okay, but what if it's a straight woman talking about another straight woman? This is my friend. You just don't like it because you've had a negative past experience
Multiple.
where somebody
as well.
said my friend and it was not a friend but just a
My fuck-
mere acquaintance.
Yeah.
It's not always about a fuck buddy.
Okay. Well, don't get hostile.
Yeah.
I'm just that's
I mean,
kind of.
I'm just clarifying.
No, you're getting hostile.
You,
But anyway,
you are getting a little
hostile.
hostile.
So I'm glad that you're here as my witness.
Yeah.
So back to what I was
My
saying.
friend
Yeah.
does not mean fuck buddy.
Yeah. So there's guilt in the room, but I was going
No,
to
there's not.
I'm going to something different. There's a different phrase I was going for. My phrase that really aggravates me is teeny bopper. And I hate to hear people reference people as a teeny bopper. I don't know why that aggravates the piss out of me.
I don't hear that very often.
Yes,
Never.
I hear it from time
But you
to
understand it, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
But it's not a commonly used term.
I hear it from time. It just drives me insane. It used to be more, but it's not quite as much as it used to. But teeny bopper, I'm like, why the fuck are you referencing somebody as a teeny bopper?
What are you
'cause
hanging out in an old folks' home?
That's what I'm
Yeah,
saying.
it's like
That's
that's
what I
right there,
think-
whippersnapper.
But when a person that's in their like 30s that talks about somebody that's like 18, 19-year-old as a teeny bopper, that was my first time. It's like, are you from the 50s? What it's like, why
Yeah.
the fuck? I used to date somebody, and I think this is why I hated it, because this chick that I dated, she was in her early 30s at the time. She would say it all the time. She always, and I was like, and I would always think, I was just waiting for her to fucking come out in a poodle skirt one day. You know what I'm saying? What the fuck is wrong with you? Why are you saying teeny bopper? And that was the phrase that I was going for that drives me crazy.
But I have to defend Chris on the friend thing. I just gotta touch.
I
wait,
understand
relax.
where
Let me-
he's coming from.
Allow me to respond. So
Okay.
it is.
This is Dave's rebuttal.
Yes.
Yes.
So when you have a girlfriend that you're living with, and she comes home in a new car, and you go, "Where the fuck did that come from?" And y'all live together, and
Yeah.
she doesn't work, and she goes, "Oh, I just got it from a friend." No, bitch.
That is a totally
not a friend.
different fucking
Okay.
story.
So I'm with you, Chris. That's not a friend.
That
okay?
is not at all what I'm talking about.
All right.
Well,
That's what we're
there,
talking
there's
about.
different contexts of a saying, is what I'm saying, and I was referencing that if we'll say a girl, all of a sudden a guy pops up, you've never heard his name,
Right.
you've never seen him, you don't know shit about him. Oh, he's just my friend. He's just my friend.
Mhm.
In a tone like we've been friends for a long time. No, that's not just your friend. You're fucking.
Mhm.
And that's code for we're fucking. Now, if you say that's a friend of mine, we work together, or I've known him since blah blah blah, makes sense.
Mhm.
But if somebody pops up in the radar and they reference someone as, oh, it's just my friend, they're fucking.
Yeah. Yeah.
Straight and
Because-
simple.
Let me tell you, if they weren't fucking, you know what she would say? Oh, it's just a guy from work. It's a coworker or whatever. They blow it off like that. I'm telling you.
Bingo.
Right? We've been there. We've both been there. We've had our hearts trampled. Okay.
Bingo.
So yeah.
Bingo. Hell, excuse me. Is this thing on?
Oh yeah.
Jaded.
Well, but we're going back to what we were saying. There's certain phrases that get under people's nerves.
What are you gonna say, Dave Skin?
No, I was going to say Dave Skin.
Yeah, no, there are. There definitely are.
Yeah,
So
but it's the human psyche is a funny thing like that.
Mhm.
You know, there's certain things that just make you crawl.
yeah.
You know, that's where I was going. I didn't know. I wasn't referencing any of your friends.
Yeah.
Because I would have already referenced them off the air.
Yeah, exactly.
That's my friend. No, that's not.
That's your former friend.
That's right. That might have been your friend, but not now.
Yeah.
You are probably one of the most laid back people I've ever met.
I appreciate that.
But you have a handful or two of things that
That's-
just stick up like sharp
You
thorns,
damn right.
like a fucking hot iron to your ass.
Well, here's the thing.
It's past experience.
It's passive, but I like to feel that people know where they stand with me,
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
and that's my point. If something sets my ass on fire, you're probably going to know about
Buddy,
it.
I know it.
Yeah.
If something bothers me, I will try to think through it. I will try to rationalize it with myself the best I can before I let it overly affect me. But if it truly affects me, Dave and I have had conversations where we haven't seen eye to eye. We've addressed it, and we move forward, right?
Yeah, but there's some things oftentimes afterwards you're quick to point out that I overreact, and I think it's funny.
Yeah.
Because if I get upset, it's an overreaction. When you get upset, it's legitimate. right?
Exactly. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
Oh, God. So, yeah.
But we're all different,
Yeah.
But that's the fun part of life, You just everybody gets to, we're all. What did I tell? I was talking to you last night. Everybody's living their own movie, right?
Mm-hmm.
So what you try to do is you try to figure out, you may be living a certain movie. Dave may be living a certain movie. We got into this big discussion. It's like, what movie are you living, Dave? Are you living a comedy? Or are you living an action?
A rom-com.
A rom-com?
Yeah.
Think about what your life entails. And we're all living a different movie. And there are people like our buddy Joe. He's living an action movie, man, in his head. His movie.
I think Dave's living a porn.
Oh,
Well,
my God.
I think he's transitioned. I think you're more of a.
I was going to say a
Is there a
dramatic
such
comedy.
thing? Is there a such thing as a comedic porn?
Oh
I was
yeah,
gonna say
they're
dramatic porn.
yeah.
I mean, dramatic comedy. Sorry. Jesus
You might
Christ.
be into that dramatic porn as
No,
well. A little
dramatic
SMN. There's there's the tragic comedy we were talking about that.
Yep.
But I think Dave has maybe transitioned from. He might have porn. He might have had a NC-17 version of his life.
Yeah, listen.
But haven't we all?
Right. And I've
Look at her. Did you hear her? She goes,
I've done some things, and a lot of people have. My thing is I let it, as y'all pointed out. I made me let the situations in my life play out too long, where a lot of people would cut them earlier.
Sure.
While we talk about the cab ride.
Yeah.
So the guys at work listened to it,
You're
and
a
they
yes
said,
man.
"God damn!" They go, "Why would you let that shit go on?" And I said, "I don't know. It just seemed like fun
Down for the
to
ride,
do."
baby.
Just
Yeah.
let it just say that.
Yeah.
You definitely wasn't going to work that day.
No, I had a day off, But I wouldn't say I'm a yes man.
No.
But I just let things play out maybe a little too long.
But yeah, we were talking about that last night as far as what movie are you living, and there's some people that are living full comedies, and there's some people that are living, a fucking tragic whatever, and there's, just how you perceive your life and how you're living your life. And look at her.
Ghost train.
Good straight. Look at that plug, man. But, we just got to figure out what you're living.
Mm-hmm. Or what you want to live.
Exactly. So
or you living the life you want to live.
Sure.
Yeah.
I haven't figured out what I'm trying to live yet. Amber thinks that we're living kind of a rom-com.
What is that? A
Romantic
Romantic
comedy.
comedy.
Oh.
Because he's super fucking sweet to me. I came home last week.
You wouldn't know it from the ass chewing I almost got, but go ahead.
Whatever. I came home late as fuck from work. I walk in the door. There's 24 red roses in a vase for me, waiting on the counter. I'm like, with a little. He put a little sticky note with a little. He drew a little heart on it. But he loves to give me shit, babe. Can I get into this?
I don't know.
So,
Might as well. It sounds like you're going that route.
Chris loves to give me shit, and I enjoy it because I know that he's just fucking with me, and it is funny, and I like to think. I mean, I'm not creative. I can't be funny, but I can enjoy funny material. And so, just like our buddy Ryan M. that loves to give me shit. Y'all ride my ass so bad. But y'all are so funny about it that I can't help but to laugh and enjoy it. Was it Saturday that you invited people out for pool?
Yes.
Yeah. So I was kind of telling this story, and Chris was like, I cannot believe you told that story. The look of horror, you just embarrassed me.
Oh, yes.
But I mean, it wasn't, I was telling the story because I thought that it was hilarious. I mean,
What
if
was
anybody's the victim, it's me.
Go on, throw it out there.
So, earlier Saturday day, I was talking about, as far as like helmet hair, when I ride the motorcycle, there's this new product, little scarf thing or whatever, and it's supposed to like help your hair, whatever. It doesn't fucking matter. Chris said, well, if you get back down to 110 pounds, I'll personally shave your head for you.
Look how do that.
Look, I thought it was funny there.
I
I was like, okay, 110 pounds is excessive.
Yeah, it's way more than
I would be sickly looking.
Yeah.
But
that was
but
the
it was
ass
funny.
comment
It
of
was
it.
just, it was just funny. And
Because I like women at 110 pounds. I like them little girls.
there's two other things she said to me that I thought were funny that you were fucking with me about. I don't even remember what they were, but I know that one was so controversial.
That one stood out. So what happens is, later in the evening, just Miss Rando over here, hi, I'm sitting there talking to some friends of ours, a couple, and we're talking about something completely different. And so Rando Comedian over here comes bouncing up, and she goes, hey, I'm going to leave y'all with this. Chris told, and I just went right into, Chris said if I drop down to 110 pounds, he'd personally let me shave my head. And I'm just like, and I look at her, and I'm like, what the fuck? And the look of disgust on the girl's face.
Yeah.
And the sitting across from me. And to give the guy credit, stone-faced, then he kind of tilts his head and he goes, no, what do you mean? And she goes, yeah, Chris said if I drop down to 110, I could shave my head because I can either
that you would personally shave my head for me.
Because I can be skinny and bald, or I can be fat with hair.
Oh my!
And I was like, and I'm sitting there going, what? And so I'm spinning my rebuttal in my head, right? And I said, wait a minute, I didn't say she was fat. And he agreed with me. He goes, no, he's saying, if you came down to a weight, he didn't say that you were fat. He was just saying if you were able to, he spun it right with me.
Oh.
And so I was just like, I can't.
But I mean, that wasn't me. Like,
but it was
I'm a
Rando.
terrible storyteller.
Yes, you are.
Yeah.
But Rando Comedian, Rando Comedian over here, it just comes bouncing into a conversation. Let me drop this grenade right here.
Well, I can tell you from doing a little comedy, nothing brings
the
humor.
other two things.
Go ahead, Amber. Jesus Christ. Hey, and if you want to talk about other things that really light my fire up, is fucking people cutting me off.
Jump right in.
I asked you what was the
Let
other
him
two
finish. He was
things?
coming with it. Go. Yes, sir. I'm listening.
Well, you done wrecked it now, but I was going to say, here's a little tip that y'all already know. If you ever want to interject comedy to a room, talk about a woman's weight right in front of her and other women. They love that.
They love it.
Jesus.
But she did it.
No, but the other girl wasn't in on it, apparently.
No.
But I thought it was funny.
It was okay. What's funny to you, that's all that matters.
That is true. But what was the other two things? I'm sorry.
Well, one of them was the fact that you elbowed me right in the face.
Oh yeah.
But
we talked
and
about
I mean, we joked about it. We laughed about it. It was total accident.
Yeah, she goes.
But he rung my fucking bell.
Yeah, she goes, and that's how she started. Let me back up. She did say that. She goes, let me just leave this with you today. He called me fat, hit me in the face, and did something else. I can't remember what the third thing was.
Slap my ass.
Yeah, I was just sitting there, and I'm laughing, nervously laughing, like, because
but I thought they were hilarious.
But she didn't clarify. So she goes, so she walks up to you, Dave. She goes, Chris hit me in the face, called me fat, and something else that was horrible. And then she just stares and smiles at you with no context or clarification. And I was like, what the fuck? And so here I'm like a politician who got caught.
Yeah.
caught caught in the glory hole situation. You know what I'm saying? So
We've all been there.
Yeah. So I'm trying to do damage control. I'm doing spin control, right? I'm like, okay, first of all, I was trying to lift a wash or dryer into the back of my truck, and she's got her face in the way, and my hand slid down. I couldn't see her. It doesn't matter.
No, I was on one side, you were on the other. We were going to lift it up together, and we both adjusted to push, and you're not a team fucking player, so you took, Mr. Hulkmania, decided that he was going to take up the whole side, and reared back and elbowed me right across the fucking face.
It's essentially the same thing as what he said.
Yeah, I mean, I wasn't going into
But it
the
wasn't
fine
like he was
detail.
there by himself and I came out of nowhere. He knew I was there.
I understand, but
Mistakes happen.
yeah, we were.
Yeah, I'm not mad about it.
I wasn't trying to get into
But
the
don't be
details of
only
explain-
one of us can be a bad storyteller.
Well, I wasn't
That's
trying
my
to.
place, not yours.
I wasn't trying to get into the details of the story, other than the fact that you just left it random with no context to the new couple sitting there. That's all I was trying. I wasn't trying to explain myself.
Hmm.
I elbow dropped her in the face. Bam!
Yeah, and then he turned and looked at me and went, "I always knew it'd feel good to elbow you in the face."
As she pouted. But
Well,
yeah, it was an
accident.
It was an eventful Saturday.
Oh, that was last week?
Yeah.
Yeah, but we got new washer and dryer, and boy, let me tell you,
Your shit never been so clean, has it?
I've never been so excited to do laundry.
I'll bring
And that
one over.
motherfucker is fast.
Really?
It's awesome. Like Chris said, the other set, we'd had them for so long, and we knew that they were half-assed, whatever. We didn't realize how bad they were until we got that new set installed, and we're like, damn, it's done already?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's been awesome.
Cool.
Yeah, we also laughed that you know that you're getting mature
Old.
When you get excited about laundry?
when you
Yeah.
get excited about washer and dryer.
Yeah.
You hit that peak in life when you're like, look at my
Yeah.
It's not look at my new big screen TV or my surround sound or my new car
car.
or whatever.
Yeah.
Look
my
at the washer and dryer.
The appliances, baby. Yeah. Well, speaking of funny, true comedian Mr. Theo Vaughn came into town.
Mm.
Oh, yeah, that's your little,
Give us
you're all about that guy.
Dude, let me tell you.
give us the lowdown.
So let me say
Hashtag
this.
missed work.
Yes, I did. So, and I even told, well, I'll get to that in a minute. So I was talking to our buddy Tim,
Okay.
and I told Tim, I said, man, I'm so excited. I said, I hope he doesn't let me down. Because, whenever you see a big name,
Sure.
oftentimes they're letdowns,
Now, he does a podcast that you like, right?
Podcast, and he's a stand-up comedian. He's
Okay.
been on Joe Rogan.
Yeah, he was
and
a
a bunch-
stand-up comedian first.
Yeah, and he's so funny. So, but you never know, how are they going to bring it, on stage? Does
Right.
it translate? So he comes out and he straight murders for, it was about an hour out
Wow.
there, and just killed it. And the crowd was, you could tell it was people that are hardcore followers,
Well, let me ask you this: do you think that he killed it, or do you think that he had such a fan base there that it was a comfort zone for him?
He has a very certain style of comedy, and so if you like that kind of comedy, he killed it. You know.
Okay.
I know that you're not a fan necessarily, not like I am.
Yeah, not like you are, but
Yeah. So I mean, now I will also say that the female talent there last night was ridiculously strong. So they were, I think, hanging on the fringes to maybe get a little taste.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, he's bringing the mullet back,
Yeah.
and that's so fun. Oh yeah. There is, and my son Gavin was talking about that for everybody's listening. Is they were at getting the hair. He was getting his hair cut, and the girl looked at him. She goes, "Please don't tell me you're getting a mullet." The kids are bringing the mullet back.
If Gavin ever shows up to this house with a mullet, Bzz, bzz, motherfucker.
Hold him! Hold him!
Yeah. But I think
No.
Theo pulls it off.
He. But I honestly believe when they say that the mullet's coming back, that is the only person
We got fanny packs and mullets.
coming
What the
back.
fuck?
Yeah, fanny pack.
Come on.
Joe Rogan's trying to bring the fanny packs back. Well,
hate that.
actually, he
Him and The Rock.
no. Well, they're getting it from. I can't. My brain's going to big jiu-jitsu guy up in New York under Henzo, big coach. He always wears a rash guard and has a fanny pack. And then The Rock started doing it, and Joe Rogan started. I think Joe Rogan started doing it. Now The Rock's doing it, and so yes, the fanny packs are coming back, and so are the mullets.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not hating on fanny packs. It's just because they're practical.
Do you see my fanny pack flip flops that I posted on social media? Do you see
I
that?
personally have 3 fanny packs in
Really?
my closet. Yeah.
They were given though.
I bought one for when I could run in for like car keys and dog treats. But the other 2 were given to me. Yeah. But I mean,
Thanks.
they're practical. But what the fuck? What is a man bun or a fucking mullet gonna do for you?
Well,
I mean,
asking 2
I
guys
guess
with their head
that
shaved.
could be said about any hairstyle, but there's
one thing you don't
where's
have to
the
worry about in this
fashion
is
in that?
no mullets going on in
No.
this mother.
No.
You know, I might be able to pull off one of those Chinese, where they just a little bit grows out of the back.
Oh,
man.
Chinese ponytail.
Yeah, Chinese ponytail
nah, you're not
So-
doing that either.
or a
So
top,
let me tell you, so-
samurai top knot.
At the end of the show, I was intentionally milling around that back bar.
I bet
With
you
Theo
are.
Vaughn?
Well, with just the crowd. We're talking, we're having drinks.
He was sniffing.
And here he comes. He walked right up through the center of the stage area, walked right up the middle, and just starts hanging out and talking with people.
Cool.
And was just such a genuinely nice guy. And here's where I think fame hasn't really sunk into him, because constantly while he was there talking, just hanging out with us like this, he would hug people and take pictures, and he'd say, hey, I really tried hard tonight. I hope y'all had a good time. And he just kept saying, I tried hard.
Yeah.
Whereas other people are like, fucking take it or leave it, type
Right.
of attitude.
Right.
But he wanted you to know that he genuinely tried hard to make sure you got your money's
Well,
worth.
that's good.
He was just a nice guy. And I mean, I was beside myself. So he was hugging and taking pictures. And I go, hey man, listen, I just want you to know I miss work to come see you, and I didn't tell him that I manage a group of guys, because it was kind of a little bit of a younger crowd.
Yeah.
But, it was a big deal for me to miss, and leave my crew there. And he goes, hell yeah, come on, get up in here, man. And he did a selfie with
Oh,
it.
did he? Good for you.
Yeah. Oh, you didn't see it on my Instagram?
I haven't
I
been.
saw it.
I haven't been on.
Oh, yeah.
I haven't been on. I've been
Oh, my
wide
God.
open today.
But it was a real thrill, and I don't really fanboy out on anybody, but
Yeah.
that was a real thrill for me personally.
That's awesome.
That's awesome to be a fan of somebody, meet them, and that they're genuinely nice
They hold your
people.
expectations.
And to
Yeah.
not let
To
me
not
down.
be a complete ass.
No, man, the dude was right on.
That's
So-
awesome.
But I tell you what was funny. So a girl goes, she goes, I got tickets for your Atlanta show. Is it going to be different than what you did tonight? And he goes, no, I can't think of anything different. It's going to be pretty much the same stuff. So, like, which it resonated with me because, when you have a set, you have a set.
Yeah.
And
Well,
then,
that's the whole thing. You
Yeah.
do your set for X amount of time, and you polish it, and then you do a
Yeah,
new
could you
set.
imagine the stress of having to, if you're on tour and you're going to a new city or new town or new venue every weekend and having to come up with new shit? Jesus Christ.
oh, no, you couldn't do it, man.
Yeah, I think with the internet, that's probably hurt a lot of comedians because their stuff gets out there so quick.
Yeah, it's
you
not
know,
fresh.
It's not fresh.
Yeah.
Sometimes by the time you get there.
Yeah.
But musicians play the same fucking song, man. I mean, how many times have you heard Freebird
Yeah.
or Sweet Home Alabama?
Yeah, I was going to say Led Zeppelin.
Yeah,
Yeah. I
just
mean, they're
fucking-
riding that wave,
Yeah.
shit.
40 something years.
Hey, Panama was playing when I almost died today, so.
Panama.
Well, you couldn't have died to a better band, I'll tell you that.
I was rocking out to some 106.9.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Tires screeching.
That's it.
Yep.
So mullets flying.
Mullets flying. If you'd had your fanny pack on, nothing would have been sloshed around the
You
car.
could have had Band-Aids in there.
Yeah.
Right? And put people back together.
That's right.
Yep.
A little-
Too bad I wasn't wearing a belt.
That's right. Well, man, so we'll wrap it up with reminding everybody, big event,
Friday the 13th.
Friday the 13th and Saturday the 14th.
Mhm.
14th, come out. You got
September.
in September.
Mhm.
You got to come out and support. It's going to be a huge event. Everybody.
All American Ford of Aniana, Alabama.
Yep.
Gentown Cycles. Is it Grace?
Graysville, Alabama. Ghost
And
Train.
then Ghost Train out of Birmingham, Alabama. And then
Of course,
there's-
Miranda.
And absolutely.
Well, yeah, I mean the whole thing is
That's right.
circled around Miranda
Miranda.
Young of Ghost Biker Explorations.
And if you don't know, I'm going to tell you, guys, listen up. She is easy on the eyes. There's a portrait over here on the corner,
Bam.
but of course you can always
you gotta
see
check
her
her out.
on our Instagram, the Furlough Podcast, or you can even go to hers.
Absolutely.
Hey, I'm just gonna.
Go ahead.
She is just as pretty in her social media pictures as she is in real life.
Absolutely.
I personally, very recently,
I thought she looked better in person, but
yes, I will agree with that. I personally was somewhat catfished. There was I'm not going to say anything, but there was a person that I had not seen in real life for several years or a handful of years. And then when I met up with them,
those filters are a motherfucker.
mm-hmm,
Oh, really? Oh, so you saw them on their Instagram page or whatever,
mm-hmm,
and then you
And
see
then
them
met
in the
him-
flesh.
mm-hmm.
And you're like, what the
That's
hell
not-
happened to you?
Yeah.
You are not,
The person I remember.
yeah.
Yeah.
So what we're trying to say is,
Miranda don't use filters.
yeah, even though
She is pretty.
she is good looking
Yeah.
on
She's
her show,
naturally beautiful.
she's even better looking in person. So you need to come down, do the meet and greet,
Mhm.
get your picture taken, learn about her show, get caught up on that first season
follow
if you
her
haven't.
on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube.
The whole 9 yards.
And that was a good call out. Yeah, if you haven't, I strongly recommend checking out the first season because I'm going to tell you,
Get caught up. It's
Yeah.
I watched it at home and it really was cool. Super
Yeah.
cool.
super cool. So get caught up with that.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's hit that.
All
Let's
right.
hit that Macavicka commercial one time on our way out, and then we'll hit our music.
Copy. Oh.
That's all right. We'll just music, and then we'll hit that at that one time.
This is the Furlough Podcast, brought to you by All American Ford in Aniana, Alabama. Stop by and see John Macavicka and his team today.